I walked into the company dinner with a calm confidence I didn't truly feel. The chandeliers shimmered above, the clinking of glasses mixing with laughter, but the moment I entered, I felt dozens of eyes on me. My wife froze mid-smile, and her co-workers whispered behind their hands. Then her boss, tall and commanding, looked me up and down with a smirk on his lips. "You weren't invited," he said sharply, brushing me off. I gave a faint smile, as if his words meant nothing. Everyone expected me to turn away, embarrassed and defeated, but I had other plans. The room seemed to hold its breath. Her coworkers exchanged knowing looks, certain I would quietly leave. My wife's cheeks flushed with confusion and nerves as she noticed my calm resistance. The CEO leaned back in his chair, surprised by my presence, yet confident I held no power here. I slowly scanned the room, letting my silence speak louder than words. Every laugh and whisper only built the tension. I had prepared for this moment, not for humiliation, but for revelation. What I was about to say would change everything. Finally, I spoke, my voice steady and clear. "It's interesting you mention invitations," I said, meeting the CEO's eyes. The chatter faded, curiosity spreading across every face. "Because this uninvited guest actually owns 85% of this company." A collective gasp filled the room. The CEO's confident look cracked for a second, color draining from his face. My wife's mouth fell open. Her smug co-workers froze mid-conversation. The shift in energy was undeniable. The night now belonged to me. I let the words sink in, walking slowly between the tables, giving everyone time to process. Some stared in shock, others whispered frantically. The boss who mocked me moments ago turned pale, unable to hide his disbelief. "So when you say I wasn't invited," I continued calmly, "it's curious, isn't it? Technically, this is my dinner too." All eyes stayed locked on me. My wife looked horrified, realizing the position she'd placed herself in. The CEO gripped his wineglass tightly, a flash of panic showing through. Then came the heavy silence, as the truth settled. Her coworkers shifted nervously, their earlier laughter gone. "I didn't realize," the CEO began, but I gently cut him off. "It's fine. Most people don't check their shares daily, but tonight, I thought I'd remind everyone who controls the numbers." Whispers spread quickly, leaving the room stunned. I stepped closer to my wife, meeting her eyes briefly, a quiet reminder that I'd been underestimated. "And to think," I added, "the person you mocked as powerless has been holding most of this company all along." The shock on her face was priceless. She had shown such confidence earlier, unaware of the leverage I held. The CEO's pale expression revealed his growing fear. No one had expected this. The room shifted from laughter to tense awareness, everyone sensing the sudden reversal of power. I slowed my movements, letting the moment settle. My calm authority rewrote the hierarchy instantly. Even those who had whispered before now avoided my gaze. My wife fidgeted, realizing the night had spiraled beyond control. "Power," I said softly, "isn't always obvious. Sometimes it hides behind a quiet presence and patience." Each word landed firmly. The CEO, once so commanding, now looked uncertain, his hands slightly shaking. Leaning forward, I lowered my voice. "If anyone thinks this is just a dinner, remember it's also a boardroom. Tonight, I decide who stays, who speaks, and who gets nothing." A hush fell over the room. Faces reflected shock and fear. The CEO struggled to keep his authority as everyone witnessed the unexpected shift. I took the head seat at the table, claiming the power ignored moments earlier. The old hierarchy dissolved under my calm revelation. My wife avoided my eyes, her confidence replaced with fear. The CEO now sought my approval before speaking. Every whisper and movement showed the new reality. I had changed everything without anger or shouting, only with truth, timing, and control. Power had shifted quietly, and everyone felt it. By the end of the night, the dinner became unforgettable. Not for casual chatter, but for the stunning reveal of authority. I entered as an uninvited guest and left in control. My wife learned the cost of underestimating. The CEO was humbled, and every coworker realized appearances can deceive. The evening closed with stunned silence and whispered awe, proving that sometimes the quietest person holds the most explosive power.